All right. We'll see if we are back now. I saw that Restream.io was like, or OBS, the platform I use to compile everything. It was not say it was flashing red, but the bitrate kind of streaming health thing was saying it was at 0. And I was like, okay, sometimes it does that. Sometimes there's little hiccups. And sometimes there's little hiccups. And I was like, you know what? I just wait a second because maybe it'll come back. And then I have off to the side, I do have YouTube open as well. Just in case there's any issues, I can quickly go and address that. And I saw over there that it like completed the video. It stopped at 2 hours. So I'm wondering if maybe there's a setting that changed with Restream.io. Because sometimes, you know, you never know if they're like, hey, you need to give us more money so that we can make the stream longer. Or maybe there was just a hiccup like at 3 p.m. here with the way the internet is. Not the internet is, but you know how it goes sometimes. So anyways, picking up where we left off, I don't know where the last stream stopped, but hopefully this works. And hopefully if you were with me 10 minutes ago, you can rejoin and carry on. I'm just doing a quick rebalance, not quick, I'm just doing a balancing in the speakers right now. Just to kind of get a better idea of some of the EQ that I might be applying into some of the saturation and compression and stuff. So hopefully you find me again if you're watching. But this is actually a good time to remind people, especially on YouTube, to subscribe to the channel, because that's the best time to know when we go live, especially if we go live again after having a streaming crash, because that's the way to go. So, all right, be right back. Feel like those pianos could be a little bit louder. I could gain them all up, but I'm going to put kind of a trim or EQ or something on each one of those and then just bring the levels up, because I want to just kind of have a main EQ on the piano master here, because I think it's going to be fine. I don't think I need to compress it, so... I'm still trying to figure out, I'm sure it's something very simple, why when I just duplicate them, it wants to link those together like they're stereo. Because I don't want them to be stereo. I'm sure there's a button somewhere. I have not looked it up yet. If someone knows, feel free to put that in the comments. Okay, I was just listening on my little USB speaker. There is no reason for snare 4 to stop snaring. So I'm just going to put that through the rest of the song because I miss it. I don't know why the production decision was made to cut that snare out in the outro solo, but I that's going to keep me up at night. All right, overall, it's sounding pretty good over here. Just some rebalancing. Again, I use my headphones right now. I use my NS10s, and I also have a USB speaker I've plugged in just to kind of get the balance of some of the kick and the vocals and stuff. Some of the lead instruments, too, I can hear a lot better. If you're joining us again, welcome. There's a little bit of a crash earlier. I don't know where it happened or how it happened or why it happened, but when you're live streaming, sometimes it just happens. So I got about 5 more minutes. 5 more. Justin's here. Let's go on, Justin. Got about 5 more minutes on this part 1/part 2 of episode 5. Working on Saturn Syndicate's Never Leave the Night Alone, retro pop tune. A couple more things I want to do. I want to just put our effects stuff in here. I was going to maybe put our vocal chain together, but I'm going to do that next time because I think the vocals are in good shape. So a little bit of compression, although they're always compressed, a little bit of EQ, and a little bit of sweetening of the chain is going to go a long way. So I'm going to put in our effects tracks here. Again, I'm trying to not bring any templated things over into these sessions. Presets are fair game. Templates, trying to leave them at home, leave them in the garage, or leave them in the basement or the closet or wherever they are. Mono tracks. So we're going to make our mono inputs, auxes here. I'm going to make 3 of them. Again, with my effects, I use mono tracks, but I put stereo effects on them. So we'll call this one delay short, delay long, and our reverb. And one of the things I can do here is I can hold Shift, Option, Command, and this should make the buses 9, 10, and 11. That's how I run those. I'm loving the illustrious plates reverb quite a bit. But one of the things we're going to do, let's go to our old, we'll use snare 4 because it's it's my favorite right now. So we're going to put bus 9, 10, and 11 on there. And we're just going to use these as a way to kind of figure out how loud, or just some of I like to time my delays and reverbs off my snare drum, and I kind of figured out to taste later on off the lead vocal, but just to make sure things are working. So solo safe all of these. So if we solo our snare drum, we can still hear it down through these. I'm going to add first delay. We'll just use our stock showing my age. Our stock Pro Tools delays here, so I'll put that on there. So this, it's time to the track, so we are synced to the tempo. We can link these two together. So that's on 16th note right now. If you want it to be quicker, if we want it to be a 30-second note, we would just need to divide that millisecond. So 127, let's call it 128 for easier math, because then it'd be 64 milliseconds. So if we wanted like that kind of slap delay, we could do that. Let's add another one here. Let's add a longer one here. And again, I just kind of rough this stuff in. I'm looking in the wrong folder here. Kind of rough this stuff in, so I'm not overthinking it. We'll just mute that one. Again, I still have my main mix output. It should be up underneath this. Yes, it is. Just so we can kind of see and hear what's going on. Oh, one of the things we can do too is, where is it? We can just select that there. We don't need to go all the way over to it. Just link those. That might work for vocals. We'll see when we get there. And let's go ahead and let's stay with Lustrous Plates. I'm liking it. Pretty fantastic. Again, on a mono aux, we're putting stereo effects on it so that we don't need to eat up a whole bunch of buses just to have a little bit of sauce on everything. So I can just go over here. Same thing again. Let's go to bus 11. Crank it up. Oh, wow. That is a thing. What do we have here? We actually have stuff for vocals. Again, I don't overthink some of this stuff. I know people can spend a long time making sure it's just so. I'm not one of those people. Just kind of find something that sounds good and run with it. That one's pretty massive. I can buy that. I can buy what's happening with that. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of our buses here to our lead vocals, just so we have them. We kind of mess around with them. Again, I'm going to get a vocals tone together next session, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully just one part. It's interesting how it kicked out after 2 hours, though. I keep those things in mind.
And you said I would carry less, but the heaviness was in my hands. You said I would carry less.
We have a lot of snare going through all that right now, so we can just inactivate those. Just hold command and control, and then you can select those. That deactivates those buses. We're just kind of messing around with the effects that we have right now. My way with delays is like when I have something where even a lot of it sounds kind of good, that's usually the right delay to run with, and then pull it back a bit. Okay, because I know we're gonna be here anyways. I don't know if there's actually joined. I need to actually look that up. Like, why does it do that?
You said I would carry less, but the heavy mess wasn't.
I'm not gonna EQ stuff until I'm outside the headphones. I just wanted to park this vocal a little bit. So we're getting a little bit more happening on the bus compressor now. So this is one of those things where next time we'll do quick rebalancing just to bring that back down a little bit. I could move the threshold, but I don't want to lose the space we have in the headroom for our mix. So there's just a few things that we can do to rebalance things. Overall though, like overall, like I'm pretty happy with the sounds. There's a lot of tracks to kind of reel in, but like it makes sense when you have 44 tracks and you have like 3 kicks and 4 snares and 3 hi-hats. Like there's a lot of things like that once you pare them down into groups or families, there's not that much when you really think about it. So that was The More You Know. Okay, I have an idea what we're going to be doing next time. We could probably filter this part. Oh, I know what I'm going to do there next time. I know what I'm going to do. I wrote it down. It's official. I know what I'm going to do. Okay, somehow this ended up being another half hour. Another half hour. I didn't think I'd be going that long, so. All right, I think that's it for today. I think that is a good place to leave off. Again, highly recommend to save your work, Shift Command U, Shift Command B, get rid of anything you don't actually need in this session. And again, highly recommend to back up your work. Save, copy in all audio files. And we're still in this temp backup folder. I have for all this kind of stuff. And I just say mark it with BU so we know that's backing up. So we're doing a full backup of the session. Don't get fancy with your backups. Drive space is incredibly affordable these days. So just back up your work. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed getting started on Saturn Syndicate's Never Leave the Night Alone retro pop tune. I love it. I love I love the quality, the sonic quality of synths and electronic drums. As much as I love rock and metal, and as much as I love children's music as well, there's something to be said about the lower end detail of samples and the higher end detail of synths and stuff like that. They just make the mix, if we're talking about the height of a mix, like it just makes the mix super tall because they'll have the low lows and the high highs. So I love that. Vocal quality is fantastic. I will throw in Melodyne next time we start because I am curious what's going on with it because I think it's really good. Some people was like, hey, I hear a lot of tuning. And some people like myself are like, no, the quality of the vocal sounds pretty good. There's only a couple spots, so it could be Melodyne just kind of dusting over it. But one of the things is you can't EQ or edit in a smile, and I can hear that on the vocal, getting the cheeks lifted off the teeth a little bit, and it just helps with the intelligibility of the voice and the intelligibility of the words and stuff. So all that stuff is fantastic. Again, sorry about the little hiccup in the middle. There's nothing I can do about that. I just saw that the little box had turned red as far as it's streaming. We had another stream pop up here. That's why this is part 1-2. It's almost like a Nintendo game right now, Nintendo level. We're in World 1, part 2. But yeah, I'll be back here on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, thank everyone for taking part in the chat. If you have questions or comments, feel free to leave those below. Yeah, again, these sessions come from a website called Cambridge Music Technology. Fantastic resource, especially if you're a new mixer or an old mixer, or just a mixer that might be pigeonholed in a certain genre and you want to branch out and mess around with some other songs, or if you're an engineer and you want to mess around with some other people's multi-tracks, because when I was starting, I only had what I could record myself. So being able to listen to and work with some other tracks is fantastic. Hopefully you found this educational. Hopefully you found this a little bit entertaining. I enjoy this quite a bit, and the response has been good from the community as well. So I will keep doing this as long as people... Actually, I'll keep doing this as long as I'm enjoying it. That's kind of how it works these days. So, all right. Once again, my name is Mike Langford, and producer, engineer, and mixer based in Toronto. This has been Let's Mix Live, where I do some live stream mixes in Pro Tools, showing some modern production techniques and just how I would approach a mix. Because yeah, there's 101 different ways to make your music sound great, and I'm here not just to show you what you should do, but what you could do. I'm not here to show you what you should do, but what you could do. So, all right. That's my time for today. Thanks for watching.